All right, this is the No Days of podcast. I'm AHS. I've got Rishi with me, and we're not only going to talk about our latest release, No Days Off, but I think we've got a bit of catching up to do as well. And so I'll just start off by saying what I think of the release because, I mean, when you sent me the beat for Such, it was such a hard hitting beat. I knew that I could only write hardcore bars on this beat, and nothing else would do. So that's I think Such is kind of like a step towards a hardcore track. I wouldn't say it's a proper hardcore track because of its length. It's just 90 minutes long, 90 seconds. My bad.
Nice, nice.
So yeah, and I remember the last time I tried a track like that, it was back in 2020. Undergrind, people liked it, and I'm hoping that this gets a much better response. And speaking about
Not just
Guide,
such. I think
yeah,
I think guide will. I think people will love guide because it's like it relates to the people. It relates to their
Guide.
normal lives. Yes,
Yeah, I was coming on to that. I
yes,
mean,
yes, yes.
whenever I listen to Guide, it just takes me to a different place. I mean, it
Of
just
course,
connects with me on a soul level, and it's a beautiful song. Like I'm very proud to have written that song.
of course.
And now
Like
I want to know how you came about those beats because when I listened to both the beats,
yes,
I was like, man, classic.
like I was long ago, like around in November 2020, my first ID got removed, and after that, I lost my track of time because I wasn't able to produce anymore. And then I thought, okay, let's do something fun and let's make beats for AHS because he sings like a god. and and I thought of it, and I opened my door and I started working on it, and somehow, okay. So let me be honest right now. There's this plugin. It's called Drunk Monkey, and it inspires you to it gives you different beat styles, and I copied one of those blueprints and I put my own twist to it, and it turned out to be so good. You loved it, and then you came up with the lyrics, which is obviously fire. And for me, Guide was like the way you sung it, the way you interpreted it, it was very nice, and it was really good experience. It was a really good experience for me.
Yeah. And for me personally, like No Days Off it is not just a simple project. It's like a statement to
Yes,
not take any days off. Because what happens is like, upcoming artists like us tend to think that okay, we'll drop a
yes.
song right now and then we can go off for the next 3 months. We'll disappear. And that's not how things work. I mean, you've got to keep the
That's
ball rolling.
if you practice more, you keep getting better, and then
Yeah.
you learn from your mistakes. Like
Hmm.
for example, a song that people don't like, they tell you what's wrong with it, and then you learn from it.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you yes, yes.
And I
That's
came
fine.
across I had this experience last year when I think I was following some young artist on Instagram, and he had his first radio play, I guess. So
Okay.
he dropped his song, he got his first radio play. He was very proud of it, of course. And then he just disappeared. He didn't post any songs for the next 3 or 6 months. And I think that's how I kind of realized the importance of keep the ball rolling. Because what happened is same month I dropped Process. It was my first song to be put on radios, and then I just knew that I don't have to make that mistake. And since then, like, I haven't missed a month. I've dropped songs every month. So yeah. And you hit a point
Actually,
about.
actually, yes, yes, I get
Yeah.
your point. And actually, what I'm trying to say is like all this. It's like a cycle. It's interconnected. If you
Yeah.
drop a song, you engage your fans. They inspire. They praise you that damn, this music is good, and then it inspires you to make more music. So it
Yeah.
goes on forever. Yes,
And I
yes,
remember since then I've never missed a month. And there I wouldn't say it's easy. It does take a toll on you. And what happens is, I remember last month I hit a phase after my EP drop that okay, wow, I've dropped 23
mm,
songs in last 12 months. That's an average of two
that
songs
is
every
very
month. And
that is
that,
very big.
yeah, that just
Yes,
makes you go crazy.
yes.
And then you realize, wow. And then you think about taking time off, but you still don't. And that's when we're dropping No Days Off.
And like once you get into the consistency, it's like a regular thing to do of your
Yeah.
life. You cannot stop. You cannot
Yeah, I
stop.
mean, when you're doing this stuff, don't think about how far you've come. But when you stop for a while, when you look at it from a wider angle, then you realize, wow, like 23 songs in the last 12 months, that blows your mind.
In everything else, normally, quantity is better, but in the production stuff and rapping and singing, quantity is better because it makes you improve yourself.
Yeah, people say, see, what happens is, artists think that, okay, I'll make this one perfect song, I'll drop this one. And then, in pursuit of making that one perfect song, they don't drop any single for the next 6 months or next whole year. But what I try to do is,
which isn't proper.
yeah,
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
see, in this business, I would say that quantity leads to quality, because if you're making more
Exactly.
songs, I mean, you're just improving your quality.
Of course. Like when you make more songs, you get more consistent, you get more feedbacks from people. Like personally, we both just go to people and not go to people, I mean, text people, ask them how the song was, take the feedback, and then improve on it. That's how we work.
Yeah, I
Yes.
mean, it doesn't matter if your song sounds crap. I mean, you made a song, you can learn from it, you can make another one. That's how
Of
you'll get
course.
there to that one
Yes.
perfect song.
If you take just one step towards it, it'll lead to success.
And
Exactly.
again, at the same time, no song is perfect, because music is subjective in itself.
Never.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is crazy how people think I'm gonna make this one perfect song, drop this, and whoa.
No, I mean, one perfect song is very nice. Like it's your inspiration to make one song, but you should not just release one song and just disappear for 6 months. You should be
Yeah,
consistent even if
yeah. I
the
mean,
song is not
yeah,
good.
exactly.
Yes.
And
Yes.
see, what happens is people don't, I think, realize the importance of consistency, because what happens is, see, I dropped 23 songs in the last 12 months. And what happened is, I got put on Spotify algorithmic playlists. Now that's something
Wow.
I never thought would happen. Like, the playlists like Release Radar, Radio, all that stuff, on repeat
Yes.
stuff.
The radio.
I'm on those, and
Yes.
yeah, it just blows my mind. Like, that's what consistently does to you.
And this is just the first step. Like you get onto editorial playlist, you get onto the playlist people love, like thousands of likes, and then you grow bigger and bigger.
Yeah, and another misconception is that, okay, I've got my first radio play. Now I can disappear for the next 3 months. I can tell people like I've got my first radio play, and then when I drop my next perfect song, it's they think that the radio play is guaranteed. But the thing is
It's
that,
actually
yeah,
yes.
thing
It's
is you
actually not
gotta you
yes.
gotta keep the ball rolling to get those radio plays. The radio play is not guaranteed.
Obviously, like there are people on Spotify with just one song and
Yeah.
just a few plays, and they're not consistent enough because
Mhm.
they don't engage with their audience, they don't interact with them. If you personally get into the right audience's heart and then you talk to them, it affects them personally too in their
Yeah.
daily lives. Yes.
And I personally follow so many upcoming artists on Instagram, on Spotify, and it kind of just pisses me off when they're not consistent. Like, man, I was expecting a song from you.
Whenever I want to say something, whenever I get an idea, I immediately open my recorder and then record it, even though I sound like crap all the time.
What I do is I
Exactly.
open my notes app on
I,
my notes.
I just record it because you forget the tune inside your head and it's not. I just
Oh
record
yeah,
it and then I just yes,
I mean,
yes,
yeah,
of
that's
course.
from a producer's point of view. From a
Yes,
rapper's
and
point of
that's
view, I
from a
just,
writer's.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes, yes.
exactly.
It's so cool to talk to a person who relates to it.
I mean, every artist relates to it. And, for the people who's listening, No Days Off is not the only project we've done together. We've done, I think, counting this one, we've done four. Kiss Say, Let's Go. A
Let's
grateful
go.
shout out to Nani, amazing verse in there.
Nanny,
And now No
he's
Days Off.
such an amazing rapper. I
Yeah.
love his voice. Like
I mean, I've done two
you guys
tracks.
can actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, Grateful was actually a big hit. Like it hit 1,000 streams on Spotify, I think.
And yeah, it got on radio as well. It was
Yes,
again. I think we snapped on that track, because everything from the
uh,
beat to lyrics. I mean, it was just wow. I
it
was
had those
Yeah.
yes, it had those groovy beats to the tabla,
Mm,
from the tabla to the yes, everything covered on that.
it was amazing. I mean, I remember the whole process of making the song and releasing it. It was incredible. I was so
Incredible.
excited, so pumped to release that song, because it was so special.
And when personally the audience loves it, you get more happier, and then they give
Yeah,
it the happy
yeah.
feedbacks.
Mm.
Yes,
And again, another thing that I want to touch upon, that if you're consistent, not every song is guaranteed 1,000 or more plays. Because let me come clean. Suffer EP did well, and then I thought, okay,
wow,
let's drop a single. Let's keep the ball rolling. I dropped Sunny Side, and Sunny Side failed. I'm not even kidding, it failed. Like it doesn't even have it has under 1,000 streams right now. It failed miserably. I didn't even promote it. It's a really good song. And when I made it, I thought, okay, this is gonna do wonders. But wow, just look at it. It's in the bottom of the pile.
But it doesn't matter actually. You learn from mistakes, right?
Hmm.
Yes.
I mean, that's another thing with consistency. You got these up highs and lows.
It even depends on our mood. Like when we sing, we give our emotions into it. We give our power into it. We give our hard work into it.
Yeah, and also I think when you're kind of in pursuit of making that one perfect song, you just
You leave all those.
you're waiting for
Yes.
inspiration, and you could be waiting for inspiration forever. Whereas if you want to be consistent, you got to hit the studio like it's your job, like you're an employee. I mean, when
Inspiration never stops. If you get one idea and then you get another one.
yeah,
So
it's
you
about
can,
showing up.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
yes.
see, I could not have made the tracks I made last year if I didn't show up. I mean, Intezar, Believe, all those tracks were made only because I showed up every day. Like I mean, let me be honest. Like I came, working like I was a regular employee. I didn't think like, okay, I want to make this song. I just opened up my laptop, listened to whatever beat I had, and started writing. And that's how those songs came about.
It's like when you wake up, you have this deadline in your mind. You have to complete this song by today. And then
Mhm.
you do it and then you feel good about it.
Yeah, I think I'm planning to drop another EP this year. I mean, just to keep the ball rolling.
Wow. Let's release an EP together.
Yeah,
We'll,
sure, of
we'll ask,
course.
yes.
We're
We'll
releasing
ask
two
other,
tracks right now together. We'll release five more.
yes, of course.
I think we have one in the works as well with Devansh Rastogi.
Yes,
Shout out to him.
yes. Devansh and Aisha.
Yeah,
Aisha too.
shout out to them. Let's see how that comes about.
I hope it'll come out good.
Yeah,
Of course it will.
it
Yes.
should. It should. Why? So that is the No Days of podcast, and I think we'll do another one when we release the project that is in the
Yes.
works right now.
It'll have more people, it'll have more interactions.
Yeah, more interaction.
Yes.
Exactly. Let's go.